We'll start off with 1809. Jessica Kirson.
Isn't it Kirson? I thought that was her name, Jessica Kirson.
I don't know what her name is.
Yeah.
Been on the show before.
Agreed.
We have no problems with her.
No, she's great at voices. Her voices are fucking nuts.
This was the podcast where it broke. This would have been a post show by Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Twitter Musk.
Now has Twitter.
You know what's really ironic is I came in on Sunday to put that placeholder out just to let people know that we didn't have a show and to make sure the algorithm knew we were still around. Mm-hmm. And in that little 1 minute clip, I'm like, yeah, we'll probably talk about Elon buying Twitter and Johnny Depp's crazy trial, and that like dominated the week. And I had no idea, obviously. I assumed Joe would touch on it, but maybe a Matrix moment, if you will.
So, I'm glad you said that one thing at a time.
So just to go back, I know weeks ago I made a big prognostication, which is the word, by the way, Kamar.
My bad.
Yeah. It's a prediction. Same thing. I said he was going to try and run for president.
Elon?
You said that's impossible because he's not an American citizen.
Yeah.
First of all, there are some caveats to that rule where non-Americans can run, but I'm going to flip it. I don't even think he's worried about America. I think this guy wants to be like intergalactic president, and always good to have a news outlet. So everything I said holds true and more.
He have like a final battle against Klaus Schwab.
As two bad guys fighting,
they're not already
yes,
together.
but it isn't a good bad thing. I don't think Elon is the white knight like Joe thinks he is.
You're not on Twitter at all?
I've never been on Twitter ever.
You're not on Twitter at all?
I have a Twitter, but if you were to go and open it right now, I think my last tweet was in like 2008.
Matt is going to the bathroom.
I've turned my Twitter.
Isn't that how it worked?
With the help of Hotep Genius, I turned
Genius?
Hotep Jesus.
Hotep Genius that's
That
great.
should have been
That's
his
like
name.
his rap name.
I turned my Twitter and our Twitter into really unremarkable entrepreneurial sites. But I'll say this: since the day, you can feel it, which is weird. Like
What?
I would get the big play is commenting on popular tweets versus trying to put out your own tweet and hit a home run, right?
Yeah.
Something viewed a lot, you put a snarky comment or
Yeah, if you can get a
jive.
ratioed tweet on some famous person's tweet, then yes, that's like a big get.
so sometimes I would get stuff.
I mean, are those in there? Oh, I'd love one.
Can I buy one off you?
What a fucking weirdo.
Anyways,
Tell me the truth about COVID.
He's like, oh, I had it for 3 weeks, tested positive the whole time.
I never tested positive. I never tested positive in any event. We're getting off track. I would get likes or whatever, engagements.
Yeah.
But it would never like warm up, even if it was a good one. Especially during the convoy, there was a lot of action going on, which I'm glad I got out of that. Now
Did he say call boy?
Convoy.
Oh, convoy. Now that you can be part of Rolling Thunder, you don't have to worry about that.
I've been getting some consistent engagement. Like I think, and I was also banned for a bit. And I think that put me on a list.
Are you surprised by any of this?
And it put me on a list.
What did you get banned for?
I can't say it on there.
Okay. Draw me a picture.
It's multiple words.
Well, anyways.
Was it harassment?
You dox
speech?
someone?
I combined an N word, an F word, an R word, and something else
Into one word?
to describe Trudeau.
That's pretty funny, actually.
I thought it was fun, like so over the top. It's not threatening. One of those words.
But you got 4 different demerits from the 4 groups you offended?
They pulled it fast, and then I got reinstated. But I think ever since that day, there was a little.
Someone's got an eye on you.
The algo had an eye on me, and now he shut that shit down because they shut the algorithm down, like it's changing whatever, because they didn't want anyone to do something crazy like, well, I'm not going down this ship. Twitter.
What do you mean? You're saying that as soon as Elon got control, they changed the algorithm?
They just stopped the algorithm from doing anything more.
They noticed that a lot of conservative Twitter accounts, once Elon took over, they got a huge upswing in numbers overnight. And there's no real reason unless someone flipped a switch that said...
It literally feels like someone flipped a switch, and I'm ashamed and like amazed that it
So
feels
the,
like that.
the algo was shadow banning, and all of a sudden the banning was over. Is that kind of?
I'm not throwing accusations out there.
I mean, Simon, I've seen tons of videos online, and who knows how real they are, but of people trying to hit the follow button. Joe Rogan's a good example. I've seen a bunch of videos of people on Instagram trying to follow Joe, and they hit the follow button, and they get this prompt that's like, there's an error. You can't.
Something has changed. Again, we don't know if it's going for the good or the bad. We'll see.
I mean, here's what's going to happen. Joe Rogan is going to be done with his Spotify contract in like a year. And
There's a prognostication.
Sure. I assume that Twitter will obviously get into the podcast game, and their first order of business will be to sign Joe Rogan to $1 billion deal with them, probably.
$1 billion and the moon.
Oh, who knows? I'm just saying. Like,
You get a planet
Sure.
when you sign.
That's
whatever.
too much, eh?
no, but my point is, like, think about it. This is a perfect opportunity for them to get in bed together.
But if that happens,
That will
do you
be
feel
a
it's too much?
huge. That'll be a huge mistake for Joe.
Could you follow along that? I don't know if I could.
Listen,
That'd be
I already have trouble with Joe holding this guy up like he's in the cult drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Like, Joe has the blinders on like I've never
Well,
seen with
after the Brendan, I'm sorry to interrupt. After the Brendan Schaub interview, or podcast, I am like so confused because Joe has some serious blinders, like blinders that are going to make people start to question his integrity.
Well, and here's my thing. Like,
Interesting.
I'm not. Forget about what I feel about Elon Musk. Maybe him buying Twitter will be a good thing. Maybe he will turn it into something better than it is. I also don't use Twitter, so it doesn't affect me in any way, shape,
I
or
had to
form.
clarify that off the beginning.
I don't.
But that's not what you should be worried about. You know what I mean? It's not inconveniencing your life. It's giving anybody a free platform to then run some agenda that down the road you're not going to agree with, you know?
Yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, that is free speech, and I mean, think about it. You're also talking about people that censored the Hunter Biden laptop thing. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of shit that they are censoring.
I'm not saying it's good now. Twitter is a horrible place. What I'm saying is it's never good when the billionaire buys the media platform.
Oh, I agree.
There has never been a time where that's been like, oh shit, all this good stuff started happening when Rupert Murdoch got fucked. Like, no, it doesn't. They do that so they can voice their voice.
I mean, people forget.
He can't help himself. I think he could be the anomaly, but I don't know.
You're forgetting that Elon Musk canceled a blogger's Tesla order because they said something rude about him. In like that right there, and there's a plethora of other examples.
Him and Brendan Schaub actually have a lot in common when you think about it.
They're both full of shit.
No, just the way that, these are people who shouldn't even care what is being said online, right? Like Joe does. But both of them engage.
I don't know if it's
BuzzFeed
BuzzFeed or Gawker, but did you hear about the thing that Peter Thiel did with them?
What?
It was one of those online magazines, and they put out stories about how he's gay. Then he went, and he was the guy that helped fund Hulk Hogan's $250 million defamation suit
that won.
Like, these guys can do whatever they want, and I think they can move.
You're talking about Elon now.
Well, Peter Thiel is the guy who fucked Elon out of PayPal. So like, very rich, powerful people.
It's so funny that the founding fathers were staunchly against this happening. They just worded it improperly, where they were like, we don't no kings. And then it was like, well, capitalism's great, and capitalism is great, but I've said it before, like, there needs to be a hard cap so that we can't let
hard
these people...
cap in capitalism.
Yes, unfortunately, yeah.
Kamar, I was watching Jimmy Dore this morning, and he was talking about how PayPal is now censoring, if you're Jimmy Dore, you can't use PayPal.
Because of your content.
Because of your content, exactly.
Well, and listen, we also know that that's it's one thing if we've always had this farming on other people's land thing, but it's different when it comes to money because, as we know, PayPal often is the only way you can get paid. Mm-hmm. So it really puts a wrench in the system.
Closing in.
That really becomes a utility, much more, for argument's sake, much more than Twitter as a utility. I mean, I'll still make that argument, but it's a lot easier when it's money.
But
You're
it's weird, though,
absolutely
because
right.
we also know that banks do this, where banks are like, oh, you make your money off OnlyFans? Yeah, we're not doing business with you. Or, oh, you sell legal weed in
Yeah.
a legal state? Yeah,
Yeah.
we're not doing business with you.
Yeah.
But guess what? The cartel, we'll do business with them. No problem. Like, I don't know. It's fucking weird.
Well, it's super hypocritical, and you're talking about a system that is inherently broken because money can buy, like Kamar said, you know, if you have enough money, the rules don't really apply to you. You'll just
No, we
figure
know,
out a way
We
around
know
it.
almost across the board that if you have money, the rules do not apply to you. You can pretty much, you could murder someone. We know that you could be raping kids on an island for like 20 plus years, and that
Oh, we draw a parallel with that.
I mean, is it just, while we're talking about that, is it never been so obvious that Ghislaine Maxwell was the
ringleader,
the
kingpin.
Yeah, she was the operative.
For who,
Or
though?
sorry, she was the everything.
For
you know?
who, though?
For the CIA, I'm sure.
But who'd she do it for?
Huh?
Who are? We'll circle back to this.
No, but I'm just saying, like, that's why he's dead, because he was expendable. He was a fucking nobody.
Yeah. Or
Anyways.
I don't know that much, but for the sake of this discussion, we've always
Talking about Epstein.
We've
here.
always we've always talked about Twitter. What's their company or what, like this town square, just for this example, and this is a massive change. It'll be interesting where it goes. But you know, he bought the 9.4 shares or whatever. And then the board was like, well, you know, you can't take over. And then he said, well, I have the money. And it's like a shotgun clause, I guess. When you offer it up, they either have to get a better offer. So they accepted. The first thing he did is fire the board.
Well, that's fine.
That's good.
What I want
that's
to
what you would do, though. You wouldn't want to work with a bunch of fucking...
what I want to know is this, and I haven't heard anyone talk about this. How much of Tesla did he just give up? Because he doesn't have money. Like, for all intents and purposes, Elon doesn't have $45 billion cash, right?
Yeah, he borrowed half of it.
Okay, fine. Fine, he borrowed half. The other half must have been Tesla stock. Because, again, he doesn't have cash.
How much Bitcoin does Elon? He must own.
Elon, well, we don't know. I don't know about his private wallet,
he-
but Tesla owns a bunch of Bitcoin.
And the Elon's worth like $5,000.
But he
on
just
paper.
made
No, no, no,
all
no,
of
no,
that
no, no.
money. He just made a whole shit ton of money off of...
Yeah, but whenever you hear him making money, it's always his stock.
It's not actual cash.
No, he does. Like, listen, a while ago, to pay his fucking massive tax bill, he sold a bunch of Tesla stock, right? He also has all these incentives where, like, if Tesla makes X amount of cars, it unlocks these crazy stock options for him. I mean, it's complex.
And
dude.
I'm sure, like Kamar said, he has a shit ton of Bitcoin. You know what I mean? Like, he has money.
Yeah, again, listen, I'm not saying Elon is broke. I'm not saying he's fucking searching his couch and
You're
his...
saying he's cash poor.
Like most billionaires, I believe, yes, he is most of his money is tied up. Again, you're forgetting too that Tesla stock 2 years ago was $90, and Elon famously said, "I think it's overvalued," and now it's $1,000 a share.
Well, they come back to Elon at the end of this podcast and they talk about how he sleeps on couches. He's couch surfing and he's beefing with Bill Gates. I'm excited about it. I understand your reservations.
Also, hold on, how does Joe not mention once that Elon and Amber Heard were together?
Yeah, crazy,
That
right?
never ever
Yeah.
once in 3 episodes.
And he had bruises on his face in multiple pictures.
Yeah.
that's a great segue because that was the next thing.
But wait, just 1 second. In the short term, Elon buying Twitter will be better for Twitter as a free platform, no doubt.
Yeah.
I'm not debating that.
Guys,
because
Elon's not.
bless you.
No. I was gonna say, like, this guy's gonna make money. Like, he bought Twitter because Twitter makes money. He didn't buy it. We're also forgetting this whole, like, this free speech facade thing.
Yeah, that's just Joe's version of this. You know what I mean? That's not why he did it. That's not my point, though. My point is it'll be good in the short term, yes, because having a place that would ban Donald Trump doesn't make any sense. But this is just another billionaire doing billionaire things, and the fact that Joe can't see that is, like, weird.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Kumar.
By the way, I gotta say, I know you don't find Sam Harris particularly whatever. He had a great tweet this week where he was like, "This is most definitely not a town square. This is a crack house."
I did see that tweet.
That is funny.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty fucking good.
Well, that got them into the Johnny Depp trial, which I guess you guys have not been watching.
I have.
that's all I've been watching. What are you, fucking nuts? This is...
We do live on the planet Earth, Kamar.
How are we watching that and not watching the Ghislaine Maxwell trial? Which they just had like a couple of
Hold on. First of
counts
all,
dropped. Is that a weird thing though?
I mean, it is weird, but I will say I wouldn't want to watch that trial. I don't want to watch a kid fucking trial. This trial has everything you'd want in it. This Johnny Depp trial.
This is like cheap smut entertainment, like Selling Sunset or something.
Listen, I will say this. I feel terrible watching it because I'm like, this is a guy, like, this guy's life is being dragged through the mud on television right now. Like, all the little shit that you would just never want. And like,
He's suing her. He's doing this to make money.
But
you know what
her
I mean?
lawyers are asking all these questions.
No, I know. But to Matt's point, if he didn't want to do this, he could just drop the lawsuit and none of it would be on TV.
He had to do this.
at
though.
this point, he had to.
For
I
all men,
agree.
for all men.
It's true. I mean, this is
I've been triggered.
one of the most shocking trials I've ever been privy to. Any,
Her lawyer is so fucking stupid.
oh no, every one of them. She has multiple lawyers, and they're
multiple, okay.
all fucking.
Did he not lose a case when he objected to his own question?
That was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Dude, when
she
they-
said you can't object to your own.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Dude, I nearly pissed myself laughing. I had to watch it like 6 times. The best too is like even Johnny Depp and his lawyer, when he objects, are both like pound it. You know what I mean? Like, dude, this is a swish.
She is countersuing for $100 million, but
Like, what?
from what I've seen,
So he's suing for 50 and she's countersuing for 100.
like Joe said, yeah, of course, because she's a crazy bitch. The most incriminating thing is all the recordings. Like they all start with a rustling in
ruffled
the pocket.
pocket.
Like,
Yeah,
it
yeah.
wasn't just we have it. It was always like, I'll make him look bad here. Like
My
literally
favorite-
that vindictive, and use this 3 years later.
My favorite part, obviously, is when they're talking about the shit on the bed, and
grumpy?
he's like,
Fecal matter.
he's like,
My
she said it was the dog, but I've picked up the dog's poop lots of times,
No, what did
and
he
I
call-
can tell you,
I've picked up their fun times many times, and trust me, that was not it. Dude.
that was just priceless.
He's acting his heart out up there, eh?
It's just crazy to me to think about like that. There's a court stenographer that had to type that in, and that will now go on record forever. Someone will be able to go back and read.
Well, they won't because nobody can read stenography. It's crazy.
Yeah, shorthand.
But-
yeah, I know.
and
even
also
make
the
sense.
lawyer objecting to his own question.
Those
my God, I know.
typewriters have like 4 keys on them.
Kamar, I don't know if you saw it too.
Case closed.
After they Skype interviewed the guy who vaped in his car.
Even Depp is cracking.
What do you mean vape? What's that? I didn't see that part.
Oh my God. Okay, so they
The guy's
have
on his phone testifying.
they have this like El Salvadorian doorman.
Oh my god.
Who I guess couldn't be in court. So they have him like zoom in, and he's in his car. It looks like a TikTok video. Like he's in his car, like camera close,
Not wanting to be there.
like speaking broken English. He's like, I mean, they were both very nice people, but I don't know. And at one point, he's so stressed, he pulls out like a massive, like one of those vapes Joe's always talking about, and just like takes a huge haul. And then Simon, I'm not kidding, he's under oath, and he just starts driving. Like you can see him back up. He's looking at
He
shit.
can't even stop while he's doing his fucking deposition.
No, for the first half, he was like in a parking lot, and then I guess he's like late for work. But Simon, I'm not kidding you. At the
For
end,
real.
at the end of the interview,
Oh my god.
at the end of the interview, the judge goes, "Okay, we're gonna take an hour for lunch, and we'll reconvene." And then I'm not kidding. It's like where you see the directed by Robert R. Wide, and you hear the dun 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 da 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 da. It's honestly like a curb. The shot of the judge, she takes her glasses off and sits back, and is just like so perplexed at what she's just witnessed. Like, did this guy really just zoom in and take a big hit of his vape and then drive off?
Was he like Amber Heard's lawyers called him to
I
the
believe
stand?
so, yeah. One of their many botched
Yeah.
fucking.
No shit.
And
Anyways, yeah,
what I
what
was
a disaster.
what I was seeing with Johnny is, we were listening to someone say a couple weeks ago that schizophrenia can be like contagious.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're around someone crazy,
He
you
caught
become-
Hunter S. Thompson. Like a little bit. Of
No,
him
I think he
being
was
stoked
always.
and
I
stuff.
think he was always kind of like that.
He was always cool, but this saved his life because I started watching Pirates of the Caribbean.
I was gonna say I think Pirates of the Caribbean is what fucked him up, man.
Just trying to be Keith Richards for so
I
long.
guess, yeah.
That character.
Yeah, that character.
But that character was great.
it was hilarious. Yeah, sure.
And whatever he's in next is going to be huge. So I think Johnny's going to pull.
He's
this
got
one
a
out.
real Charlie Sheen vibe happening right now, though.
Well, no,
you
he
know?
was Charlie Sheen, but no one knew it.
Yeah, apparently.
And now everyone knows he's Charlie Sheen.
That was another great part of the trial when they have the photos of like the pounds of weed
Bags
in the
of weed,
turkey
cocaine,
bags, and they're like, "That's a lot of marijuana," and he goes, "Yes, that is a lot of marijuana."
Did you guys watch that Marilyn Manson documentary that's on right now?
On
Oh,
what?
about where he raped the chick from Westworld.
Yeah. It's dark, man. That whole thing is dark. And then like
Not Westworld, but is
It was,
Westworld?
no, it wasn't Westworld.
Yeah, that's what she's in.
I don't know. Sure.
Evan Rachel Wood.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
who
Westworld.
it-
Yeah.
Who I bet is friends with fucking Amber Heard. And Johnny Depp and him were really good friends.
no,
No,
This
it's
is-
Doug Stanhope and him are super
No,
good.
Marilyn,
Johnny
Marilyn Manson
Depp
was
as
used
well.
in the trial
he was.
to talk about having you did drugs,
Yeah.
you've done drugs, you've done cocaine, you've drank. Like, oh, it's so funny.
You know they were talking about the canon.
Yeah.
Was it in this episode? Okay. You know he spent $3 million on that cannon. Did they mention that part?
I think so.
$3 million to build that cannon to shoot fucking. Because that was in the deposition, I guess.
He caught full blown Hunter S. Thompson, John. But it'll be interesting to see how it unfolds.
I feel like I know he's suing her, and it's just one of those things where you're like, "Fuck, this is so awkward to watch."
Oh, it's terrible.
But you can't look away.
It's a car crash.
No, but it also shows you, like, you know, I know we always say, like, listen, the mo money, mo problems thing, you can suck my dick. I'd rather have mo money and deal with the problems, but it's crazy to think that, like, you could work so hard to get all this cash, and then someone just comes along, and you might win, but it's going to cost you so much cash and the years of your life. Like, can you imagine spending a year in court every day having to go down there?
No.
This has been like 5 years.
I got one word for you, and it has a hyphen in it.
Prenup.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So get the fuck out of here. Like
listen.
this guy doesn't get a lot of
No,
sympathy
I get
from
that.
me.
Yeah, yeah.
You were just dumb fuck all the way, and now I get it. I get why you're doing what you're doing, but you got to go through this because
Listen, if you have multiple millions of dollars and you're single, on the first date, you have to say the word prenup multiple times. You have to let it be known. And if they seem at all like iffy about it, move on to the next one.
and you don't leave any condoms in the garbage can.
And keep in
Or
mind,
you bring your hot sauce with you.
I'm not a cold-hearted prick. If I'm worth like $50 million and I marry a chick, I'll be like, listen, I'll put $1 million in an account.
You're the heart of gold.
Well, whatever. I mean, again, you know, they're going to suck this dick, so. Sorry, Mom. I know you're listening.
But they just point out that we're supposed to know about this 20 years after the fact. Like media coverage, everything's been so hyper.
And they're trying to get you to not watch what's going on in Ukraine. So
Well, I was
mission
just gonna say,
accomplished.
I was just gonna say between Elon buying Twitter and this, there's obviously something going
Or
on in some
Ghislaine,
country.
you're
Or the
convinced
Ghislaine
on
Maxwell
Ghislaine?
trial.
Yeah. So you said they dropped charges.
They said I was going to do the post show, but a couple charges are the same. They're saying technicalities, but it's just there's no focus from the media or the world on that trial, which we thought
no,
was
because
interesting.
It's heavily behind closed fucking
well,
doors.
and if she really is the crux of that operation, like they're
She's
not
got
gonna
names.
prosecute her.
She's got names.
She
Well,
works
it's also
for the
but-
people who are prosecuting.
I was just gonna
her.
say.
Like,
I mean,
that's-
she's protected
This is
from.
all. a
She's like
show.
Kaiser Soze. She's
yeah.
protected from on high. She's just gonna walk out
This
of there.
is all a show. This
Yeah.
is all a show. Obviously,
Yeah,
because otherwise you would have had names by now.
even the news would have demanded something.
I mean, yeah. Okay, sure.
They applauded Kanye as being a genius. You guys hate him, but he's a crazy genius, better for worse, right? At this point, he's failed up so much, or whatever you can say. Like he's
Wouldn't say
not
he's
going to lose
failed-
it all.
Hold on, I can't say he's failed up. Like as far as a musician, a beat maker, he's a genius in that. I will give him that one right there. if you want to say fashion, dude, fashion is no one in fashion is a genius. Get the fuck out of
just a
here with
brand.
that.
I mean, he's got nothing to offer me. Like, I don't like anything he makes. You know, the shoes that everybody is so like, I think are super ugly, and the sandals and the slippers and the cars he just not my shit. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. Is he a good businessman? Obviously.
Yeah.
Is he a genius at business?
Yeah.
Probably.
We all agree. He's just a little wild.
I mean, again, just like we all forget that these guys are surrounded by an entourage. It's not Kanye out there on his own. Like he probably has a business manager that is
You
a
saw the
fucking-
documentary about him, right?
Yep.
Did you see it?
No, I don't care. But again, he must have an entourage, right?
There's so many people you don't know what's going on.
Keep in mind, I'm not saying that as a negative. Like, for you to become wildly successful, you need a team of really smart people working
Well,
with you
the-
at all.
The last podcast is a perfect example of that. I'm sorry, man.
No, yeah, you're right. No, but that's what I'm
Brendan Schaub,
Yeah,
you know?
but no, like I'll use Mr. Beast. Like, let's use a positive example. Like, Mr. Beast spent the whole episode talking about all the geniuses around him. You know what I mean? This guy's a money genius. This other guy, my business guy, is a fucking genius. But like, you know, that's no mistake. You find the best people and you work it from there. I mean, and I'm not saying it as a negative. I'm just saying to be like Kanye's a business genius. I don't know. I just don't know. Like,
Oh, I mean, scoreboard says yay.
yeah. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with that.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know, if it's the people behind the scenes that are making the moves and just using him as the
I would agree with that, Matt, if his shit was like cool. But because it's so outrageous, like who else would be coming up with slippers that look like bathtubs? Like no
But it's
rational
like
person.
through his music,
Yeah, but-
everything sells a lifestyle, and then this is a brand to be a lifestyle. And if you like that, like just the way someone buys Levi's,
Yeah,
someone buys
sure.
something else. It's what they associate with. He's made himself that big.
I mean, listen, he's smart in the fact that you don't care about him. I don't give a shit about him. We're here talking about him. So
Yeah, totally. And you should watch that documentary. The reason it's good is because the guy following him around has no idea.
yeah, that he's going to become what he becomes.
Yeah.
He's taking a runner on this guy, you know what I mean? Which is super cool to watch. But, and I know you know this already, but Kanye at the beginning could get no respect, right? From Rockefeller, or Fella.
Yeah, Rockefeller.
Is it Fella?
Rockefeller
Yeah.
Records, yeah.
Anyways, you know, they all wanted his beats, but they would not make his album. Like, shit is like painful to watch him going up to what's his name? Who's the owner there?
David
Game
Dash.
Dash.
Damn, yeah. And like, dude, it's really awkward knowing what we know now, but it's brilliant. You should really watch it.
It is. All documentaries are good. Like this one is it's almost like a happenstance.
Not every documentary is good.
But it's of some point of interest that someone made it. But my point being is, whatever this guy thought when he started making this documentary is not what it ended up being.
No, it was
but that's
very
also-
Icarus in that regard.
But I was going to say, yeah, like a lot of what I find the key to a good documentary, a lot of the time is luck. You're in the right you just choose the right person at the right time. Like Icarus, perfect
Yeah.
example. This guy, like you said, I said this before, there's a big saying in photography, a photographer's best tool is access.
Yes. Well, this guy has, and what's interesting is this is not made by Kanye West.
In my line of work, there's a expression. It's film the sky long enough and you'll catch a UFO.
Or a Bigfoot.
Sure. You know? No, but I'm just saying, like, that's exactly with these documentaries. If you don't have a camera on, you're never going to catch the gold. So,
Have you guys seen Tommy Boy?
With
Chris Farley, David Spade?
Yeah.
yes.
It's the JRE movie game. The time has come again. For Matt and Simon to rack their brains to guess the budget in the box office. We all know they won't guess the year, and the Patreons are the real winners here at the JRE movie game. Come on, take it away, baby.
It's the movie game! Where Simon and Matt go head to head to find out what year a movie came out, how much it cost to make, and how much it made at the box office. This week we're doing Tommy Boy.
When did they talk about Tommy Boy?
They were talking about
Chris
Chevy
Farley.
Chase in his head, and Joe tells it's so morbid how he describes
Chris Farley.
Chris Farley's appearance of having
gray
gray,
skin, yeah.
wet skin.
But listen, we've all seen that. We've
Just
all
a night.
That's what I'm saying. You've
So
all seen someone
at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But not every time you see them. But
No,
maybe,
but
I guess
you know what I mean? Like it
it
could, yeah. I'm just saying is I've seen people, dude. I remember one night someone told me They were like, bro, I saw you last night at Babylon, and you were so drunk, you look like a different person. And like I remember being like, I was that like just so drunk, but.
And when people are like that, you're like, dude, are you all right? They're like, I feel amazing. And they do not look like they're doing amazing.
No, I don't think I ever said I felt amazing ever in my life.
So we're going to Tommy Boy. Produced
have
by
a year,
Lorne
Simon?
Michaels, starring Chris Farley, David Spade, Bo Derek,
No,
and Brian Dennehy.
I just realized
Brian Dennehy.
we were talking about Jessica Kirson.
Yeah,
yeah,
she's.
I said Kirson. I said Kirson.
No, I'm just saying we haven't.
Oh, we
even
didn't mention
mentioned
her once. Nope.
in how many topics, you know?
But this is what they
It's
talked
great.
about.
It's good. It's fine.
This is how the
All the
show
things she
goes.
talked about.
She has nothing to talk about. I agree.
Listen, we don't like lesbians on this show.
I'm
We
gonna
don't-
go back.
That's not true. We're very pro lesbian.
Yes, it's true. We are. If you look at my porn,
If you look at our track record.
if you look at my Pornhub search, I am very pro.
Is she really? You watch lesbian porn? I never watch lesbian porn.
Oh, we'll get into
Hold
porn
on,
if you're
I
talking.
watch-
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry. Come
I'll
on.
watch all sorts, but hold on. You will not watch lesbian porn? Is that what you just said?
I mean, I can't remember the last time I would have like jerked off to lesbian porn.
Really? You don't like couple girls scissoring? Scissor
It's
me
just-
timbers.
You want it to seem like you, right? That's the whole point of porn.
No, I want it to seem like I'm somewhere where I've never been with two naked women.
Well, then watch
enjoying
a
my.
threesome.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, I watched those too. Like,
No,
can I
no,
not
no.
enjoy it all? It's you see.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. You can do whatever you want. I mean,
Yeah, of course,
You
yeah.
can watch stepmom porn if you want.
No,
according
that's
to
definitely.
Joe.
Well, you
His
did-
theory is so stupid, by the way.
Oh yeah.
There is.
Wait, we'll get to
yeah,
it.
I'm
We'll-
sorry.
Can I
I'm
also-
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Can I also say this? If you ever find yourself mid jerk thinking about the plot line of the porn you're watching, you're doing it all wrong.
What year did this movie come out, gentlemen?
Oh yeah, sorry.
I have it here.
haven't even-
Simon's
I haven't
been-
done it yet.
yeah,
No,
Simon's been over
I got
there.
preoccupied.
You said Lauren Michael produced this?
Lorne Michael produced it.
Thank you.
It's a Saturday Night spinoff, obviously. This is about Tommy Boy is Chris Farley, and he wants to take over the business, but he's a complete idiot. And David Spade is his sidekick, as always.
I'm ready.
Gets him to run the company.
I have 96.
I have 92.
It's always so close. 1995. 1995, Tommy Boy came out.
Fuck, man.
Running time 97 minutes, which is all I could watch. That was 90 minutes, like 100 minutes tops.
Really?
We'll get into it.
Well, you keep saying that. We'll get into it. I like listen, if a movie is good, 2 hours plus, like, I'm fine with that. Mm-hmm. Like, you're telling me you can't, like, even like Goodfellas, you can't.
Yeah, there's exceptions to every rule, but even like The Irishman's like a half hour too long.
The Irishman just wasn't.
3 hours.
It wasn't it though. You know what I mean? Okay, Simon, you good?
I'm good.
Okay, I had 21.5 million to make, and it made 135.
Wow. Well, we're way off. I have 12.5 to make, and it made 227.
Well, no one liked this movie. It cost $20 million to make.
Oh, I was right
Yeah,
there.
You were right there, but it made $32.7 million
Oh,
at
my
the box.
Fuck. I was so far
I was
off.
100
Holy
million
shit.
off.
You guys didn't realize they were just coming off of SNL. You put all the movies they've been in, especially Spade, who now might demand that, but back then this was a complete flop.
Well, it made $12 million.
That's the movie game.
This was before Black Sheep. It went Tommy Boy Black Sheep.
Which one was Black Sheep?
The
That was
other one
another
with
David
David Spade and
yeah.
Chris Farley.
But I'm trying to think of what was the
He was a politician, or was that Tommy Boy?
No, Tommy Boy was trying to save
Taking
his
over the
dad's
company,
right?
so I think maybe he was a politician. He was getting, like running for some sort of office or something.
yes.
I don't know, man. They all kind of meld into each other.
He was in a kung fu movie too, wasn't
Oh
he?
yeah, Beverly Hills Ninja.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Horrible.
Wow, good work, son.
That was amazing.
No,
That was amazing.
His ninja brother did all the things, and he
Oh yeah, that's
kept
right.
bumping
Yeah.
him
That's
off.
right. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. I should go back and rewatch that. Actually, it's been fucking a dog's age.
And Black Sheep came out in 1996, so it came out right after. They probably filmed at the same time.
The first one was such a success, Tommy Boy, that they thought they'd ride the
too late.
wave.
It
You gotta
was
love
too
Lauren
late.
Michaels. Like, guys, we made 12 million off that movie.
It's
Let's
huge.
re-up. Yeah, we can do this again.
That's the movie game. So Bill Murray's in some trouble. Apparently,
What for? What I don't
apparently
know.
he said something or just did a mannerism. He's come out and said, I did something I should have done, not trying to be funny, and we're trying to work it out.
He like went up behind somebody and thrust or something.
Yeah, I think
just
I just think he had sex with a sleeping actress or something. No.
Oh, he.
You think he had sex with a sleeping actress?
Where are we? It's 2022.
He just flippantly. Okay.
No. It's completely.
And I was ready to just be like, next topic. You know what I mean?
Hey,
he did it so
crazy.
flippantly.
Crazy guys do crazy things. No, apparently it's going to get worked out. What did you guys always think first, second, and third base meant?
First base was
Making out.
Hold on a second.
I always thought first base was making out. Second base was grabbing some titty. And then third base was touching the nether region. Yeah. And then if you made it home,
That was sex.
you were putting your dick in something.
So blowjob or sex is a home run. I completely agree with you think.
I think that's what
I don't know
thought.
how you
But
walk
a
away-
blowjob
I don't
should
know-
be third base.
Hold on,
First
hold on,
base
hold on,
should
hold
be touching above.
Hold on. Is your argument
touching below? Blowjob, oral. Home base is
actually
sex.
I'm just curious.
You're breaking
Hold
the
on,
hymen.
hold on.
With someone there.
Hold on.
Oh, you have to come. If you don't come, it doesn't count. That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
No, I'm with that.
What?
It's not a
Hold on,
no-hitter.
but Simon, your
What?
argument.
No, that's crazy.
My question is this: to
That's
you.
how you get away with cheating. You just don't come.
Your argument is that I get a blowjob.
Yes.
Your argument is that I get a blowjob and somehow that isn't a home run.
Well,
Not even in the park.
no, it's great. You got to third base.
No.
That's
Are you kidding me?
That happens when you're young.
I feel like it's
I'll blow you,
harder-
but I'm not going to have sex with you.
I feel like it's harder to get your dick in a mouth than it is.
not when you're 15 years old. When you're 15 years
When
old,
you're
you
15,
get
it
tons
was hard
of,
to get your dick in anything.
you get tons of like blowjobs are the currency,
No, I
and
didn't
then
get any blowjobs.
sex is
15.
like that was a bigger deal, man.
You think a blowjob's third base?
No, I'm saying that's the way it should be. I agree. When I was a kid, that's how it was. But if I was remaking the bases now, I think what I said makes way more sense.
I think ejaculation with a person present.
Okay,
is
I
a
can't
home
even
run.
talk about the ejaculation.
Dude, when I was a kid, touching a pussy was a home
If
run.
you
Holy
stick-
fuck.
Scientifically,
if
just
you
scientific,
stick
for
your
scientific matters.
if you stick your penis into a vagina repeatedly for like 40 minutes, but you don't come, you've still had sex with that person, Kamar. Like,
but it wasn't very good.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I don't know, man.
it was a soft
I mean, yeah,
noodle.
you've done the act of sex.
like
but have you really
I've
had
never
sex?
taken Viagra or anything like that. Low key brag.
I was just gonna say humble brag.
Well, no,
yeah.
because I know Kamar has.
Yeah, but he takes it to like go all night.
Just stay virile.
Do you not come when you take Viagra, or do you come and you just ready to come again?
Ready to come again? Well, I mean, that's the only problem is you work better than you are able to provide for the work. At
So
some
eventually,
point.
you're just not coming.
Yeah,
You're just blowing smoke.
yeah, steam, whatever.
Yeah, but that's like after your fifth go, and
yeah, that's when the party's over.
Or your second as you get older, Matt. You'll see.
Yeah, it's about
oh, I'm already there, buddy.
it's
I'm-
1.5 now.
Your second one is a sneeze.
Yeah,
Well, someone falls asleep.
Okay, you know what? These secondhand fucking date rape comments.
What?
no, he
Bill
meant
Murray?
he meant like you fall asleep mid-sex.
You
That's what he meant. It wasn't a date rape comment. Let me clarify for Kamar's.
do you blame me?
Well, I thought that was a stretch, but I saw where you were coming from, but I knew exactly what he meant.
All right.
I love you go rape. What's up with these low-key date rape
Well, it's like the third one he's done.
maybe it's Freudian.
Definitely Freudian.
She went to fat camp, and all she get was fat. Did you guys go to any specialty camps? I just went to summer camp,
I've been to specialty camps, not fat camps.
tennis camp,
and nature camp.
I was lucky enough to go to Woodward Skateboard Camp.
skateboard park camp. So that's the coolest camp. I wish I'd gone to that.
My
I
brother
will say,
went.
I
without a
love the camp I
doubt,
went
it
to.
was the coolest.
My brother
yeah.
went to space camp.
No
That's-
way.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is funny.
Yeah, it's in Montreal. They have like a whole thing. You go into like a simulator and shit.
That's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
Interesting.
I don't think there's anything Joe hates more than an alligator. Like
He
he just despises.
Yeah,
He brought it up in every single
'Cause he
episode
hates
this
them,
week.
that's what
Yeah,
I'm
no,
saying.
it's yeah.
He really hates them.
It's the one.
So if we ever get
No,
invited,
pelicans are way worse than alligators. Pelicans are the worst creatures in the world.
No, I just meant pertaining to this podcast. Joe
Oh, yeah.
started off as
really pelicans.
pelicans. Your worst.
Dude, pelicans. Watch them in a whatever it's called, what are they? Fucking nature
Documentary?
special, whatever. I
Okay.
don't know. they go onto the beach and they just eat other baby birds whole.
Yeah.
And they're just like in their giant they're horrible, man.
Oh,
Horrible.
and the birds think they're in the nest for a
I don't
little
know
bit,
what
for a waiting moment.
They're just a disgusting fucking creature.
I didn't think the cycle of poison was that bad. You said if you poison a rat, then the seagull eats it, then you got 2 dead things. I didn't think it like...
That's
No, well, the problem is the owls, because you don't want to be killing owls
don't
because they're
wanna be
good
killing
for the
owls.
environment.
well, it's any other creature. If you're trying to kill rats, you shouldn't be killing cats
Yeah.
in the process. That's
But you only kill 1 cat, right? I guess the other cats eat it, and I'm just saying it's...
no. I mean, if that
No, but how many rats? You're not poisoning
Exactly,
one
yeah,
rat. You're
it's
poisoning
multiple.
multiple
You can
rats.
poison your own field dog by accident.
Yes.
But that's why
I get it, I
you know
get it.
I watched The Mink Man. I think I've talked about it before on
you
this
have, yeah.
podcast. He is
Watch
like
The Mink Man.
He's the alternative to. He's environmentally safe pest control, right? Because they go in with their dogs and the mink, and they take care of the rat problem instead of poisoning rats.
We'll mix all these up together. Step porn. I think it's just
Step
based on the
porn.
rise of divorces. Like, I honestly think people lust for their step siblings. If you meet someone that's 16 and your parents just have a new thing, I think it's a whole different ballgame.
If you were a young kid and your dad married a super hot second wife,
Yeah. And she had a super hot daughter, does the same age as you.
I know. I'm just talking about the stepmom for a second.
There's there's
It's
many
Oedipus.
combinations.
It's so
There's
natural.
many
you know?
combinations.
Like
There's many
There's
combinations.
many
But
combinations.
it just
it had nothing to do with the pandemic. I would
okay.
put
No, so-
fucking mucho dinero on that. fact.
just
No,
the
it
rise
has
of
to do
divorce.
with now that now people are lazy. It used to be that if you wanted to get laid, you had to at least be delivering a pizza, cleaning a pool. Now it's like, what is the closest piece of pussy to you?
But what,
oh, my stepmom,
what
my
is it-
stepsister.
What is it if it happened in a lockdown?
What does that mean? What?
People are locked down, and that's how they found comfort.
Was fucking their stepmom.
Yeah.
Well,
I will
those
also-
people are fucked up.
I will also say though, I grew up watching porn, often with the volume down or off, and again, I was never like this storyline is very like.
No, but this is more. This I look at this like it's thumbnail and the your scrolls. Something makes you click on that.
Yeah, it's usually the thumbnail though. Like, what does the girl look like?
And you wouldn't click on it if it was sister and brother. That's too close to home. And it should say complete strangers fucking. He comes. Like just a badder one.
That
no,
would be
like I said, like you guys know what the Oedipus complex is. Obviously,
no.
No.
it was some ancient Greek play where the son falls in love with his mother and kills his father.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's like a Freudian thing.
Okay,
It's
yeah,
what
yeah.
Freud's all about, right?
Okay.
This idea that you want to fuck your mother and kill your
Yeah,
father.
yeah.
I just thought. You wanted
Anyways, I think it's
pussy.
like a Greek tragedy type of thing. I could be way off there, but it's definitely some from a long time ago. Anyways, that's built into like our psyches as human beings.
But it seems relatively recent. This
and if
step.
I can go back even
category.
further, when you go to look at like great apes, primates, the dominant male sires many children who in the end will come to fight him for
Yes, for dominance.
the ability to fuck potentially his mother. Like it is nature, I'm not saying we've done a very human thing and evolved right in this case.
Mm-hmm.
But if you go far enough back, I think you're going to see a lot of that in the animal world. Anyways, sorry.
Do you remember our first porn was this one? Do you know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
where we put your hands together. Yeah, we make the pussy. Yeah.
We think we're looking at vagina like we're 7 years on this. I didn't even know what it looked like. I'll take your word for
that's
it.
what it looks like.
Forget
It
that.
is
That's exactly.
It is. But did an older kid fuck? Like how did that
Dude,
get around?
We are so old. Do you remember scrambled porn?
Yes, of course.
Of course. Or blue nude.
When that was in there was not even 30 channels. So I mean, we can go back and back, but this is caveman pornography, and you need a partner to do it, which is kind of creepy. OnlyFans is ridiculous. We talked about Bad Baby 2 weeks ago, I think, or did we?
Why does she have an OnlyFans?
She's made $53 million
Jesus
on OnlyFans.
Christ. Money isn't even real
It
anymore.
blew Joe's mind when he found out she was making the Black China's $20 million a month. He was like, "I'm gonna start jerking off on OnlyFans."
It really, Like, really, money doesn't mean anything anymore because I work the same.
Yes, yes.
And I
yes,
make
yes,
the same
yes,
amount of
yes,
money.
yes,
But
yes.
sorry, I work harder and I make the same amount of money. And then you hear that's like 1% of what this person makes on OnlyFans. Like, I understand why people commit suicide. You know what I mean? You just
It's frustrating.
the answer is just a fucking bullet.
You gotta film yourself jerking off more when you're doing all the work. You're doing.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, if you
Get
could just
some
squeeze that in every 15
It's
minutes.
true, right? Like you said the other day, I was like, no, I'm not jerking off on camera for $50,000. Like,
Well, maybe,
Nope,
yeah.
no, hold
no,
on.
definitely not doing that.
That was $20 million.
That was before I found out that fucking the baby makes $7 billion.
Unbelievable. Any hot teachers? Do you remember any hot teachers? I had it. There was a teacher that's hot that never taught me. Miss Tomazak.
I had a hot.
Tomachuk?
Tomiak.
She was not hot. Are you insane? The
I was
math
small.
teacher?
I was small. No, she was science.
Oh no, Tomachuk was math.
Wrong one.
Well,
I
you
think
got the wrong lady.
There was a young, like my grade 9. What was her name? Miss King. She was hot at Glebe, but she was such a bitch.
It's ridiculous to have hot teachers.
I don't think I ever had
if
a
you're in
hot
high
teacher.
school.
But we've already had this conversation because remember I found out on camera that teacher tried to fuck me and I didn't even realize
They talked about
this many years later. But she was not hot.
Fetishes are cool. We're so freaky. You know what I mean?
Fetishes are
now
cool.
they're cool.
Regular old sex just is enough for some people. And sex is pretty good. I enjoy my sex every now and again. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I enjoy my sex every now
What
and
is
again.
attractive?
You're saying you don't have any fetishes?
Oh, I probably do have some fetishes, but I don't think they're
None that you pursue?
I engage in, but nothing like I don't need too much equipment or anything like that sort of thing, or like a designated area to do it.
So then they're not really fetishes.
I
then.
guess not.
Yeah.
I guess not.
I think fetishes imply that, like, what did you just say? I thought it was perfect.
Area.
You need a designated area
Yeah,
or
designated area.
a group of tools. Yes,
Yeah,
I think that defines
And you have
fetish
to pay
appropriately.
some sort of
Yeah.
club fee.
No. Now you're pushing it.
You have to pay a
You can
club
be a
fee.
furry without paying any fee.
They're talking about what is attractive, and I just think it's proportions. If everything's big, that's good. If everything's small, if everything's off,
I think
that's-
it's subjective, and that's what I'm going to stick with, because if it's just you and somebody who you don't find attractive, eventually you're going to find them attractive. Like, it's all about the situation.
out
you're
of
in.
desperation to get laid.
Out of your need to fucking be with somebody, to
But like
be
blonde
in
hair,
somebody.
brown hair.
Oh, that shit. Like, those
That's
are
weird,
third
though,
world
right?
problems, you know?
Of course, but it's all part of the thing when you meet and whatever. You guys are lucky because you have your mates and stuff.
You have your mates and stuff.
Obviously, you won't be dyeing your hair.
Me?
Well,
Oh, my hair's already fucking.
I know,
Yeah,
unless you're
it's too
waiting
late.
to-
It's too late.
but you talking
First of
about,
all, I have no hair, and this is already gone. It's like gray.
it looks
It's
amazing,
over.
but why do women wear makeup? Obviously, women do a lot more stuff to themselves, including as far as surgery, but that's not limited just to women. But if they all stop wearing makeup, would that screw up the way things work? Like they're competing to be seen.
I don't find makeup to be very attractive, to tell you the truth.
I think applied
Or
right.
maybe the right amount. Yeah, I guess.
I know what you mean though. Like too much makeup on a lot of girls, you're just like, ugh.
Well, they're 14. Like they're obviously. Well, I find girls with way too much makeup are trying to look older, and then there's a perfect time to wear makeup and a perfect amount to wear makeup, and then they wear makeup to preserve sort of a look they want. But we all look pretty ordinary when we get like in our 50s and 60s, unless you dress it up a bit.
Yes, agreed.
Poor women.
Poor women. This guy.
It
I
always
thought
comes.
he was going somewhere,
No.
and it just never
No.
got there.
No, it's just, they were talking about makeup. Why wear makeup? But like, you don't care about makeup, but you do. But it's just weird. Yeah, just
Sounds like Seinfeld premises.
no plant-based meat. That's just bullshit. And what the fuck is going on with cloning tiger meat? Like, where did that come up in a meeting to do that?
You think they should only be cloning cow meat?
If you have to go that route, but I just don't even think. You know what the world needs?
You know what it might. You know what?
Clone tiger meat. Once they taste this,
I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe as far as like the composition of it, it was the easiest to. You know what I mean? Like they took the composition of a bunch of different animals' meat and they realize like this one has the
Okay,
easiest
no.
to replicate molecules. That's all.
That changes everything versus being this is going to be sexy.
Yeah, whenever I hear something like
With
that,
sex appeal.
I always just try to think of like what could be the reason they would do that.
What's going to be the biggest market that's going to buy it? It's going to be
China.
Asian people. Asian
Yeah.
people think that tigers make their dick hard. I think that's a no-brainer, man.
That's a home run.
Yeah.
I think it would change Joe drastically if he ever gets to Africa.
I don't think he'll ever go.
Well, he said he wants to go.
I don't know if it'll change him drastically.
You don't think so? That includes if Joe does it right, which
Going
would be
to
very
Egypt?
interesting. Thank you for the podcast in general. I think that's the biggest thing holding him back.
Dude, there's this YouTube channel that I watch. This guy like travels the world eating food and stuff, and he went to Egypt to do a video, and he basically made a whole video being like, "Don't go to Egypt ever under any circumstance." He's like, they just try to shake you down, top to bottom. Don't go.
But he's a super lucky white guy,
Yeah,
so he didn't grunge it up. You got to grunge it up.
Joe
in those
could go
instances.
there with like
I could go there.
Robert Schock or something. You know what I mean? Just get to go to places that nobody else could go.
But I think Joe also runs with a lot of security.
oh, I mean,
Anywhere.
he does.
But I'm saying I could go as just an individual.
well, yeah,
and
you
not-
look
not
you,
just
you look
wash.
the part.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I would stick out like a
You're
sore
like
thumb.
I'd be shaking you
rowboat
down.
ride away from your homeland.
Oh man,
Morocco
so
and
close.
Egypt. They're
Actually,
like
you know what, Kamar?
half-hour boat ride.
I mean, I look white, but I tan pretty well, so you never know. If you put me like in the desert for long enough, and I maybe
Scraggly beard,
Yeah.
little towel. Yeah,
No,
Maybe.
we'd be all right. They'd fucking
Maddie
kill
of
him.
Arabia.
listen. Of course, I'm the first to get killed and caught. I understand that, but I'm just saying there's a chance outside.
You only have to outrun one of the two of us.
Yeah,
It's like a bear thing.
Oh, that was the last thing. Sorry, zebras in Texas. That's super cool. And no two zebras are like the stripes. How the fuck do they know that?
Can a zebra fuck a horse?
probably.
A cheesera? I think it goes one way.
Well, no.
Or it might be a mule.
There's
or
the whole
donkey.
donkey thing. But if a zebra could fuck a horse and then the zebra gets out and then you get these like horse zebra hybrids in the wild, that would be fucking cool.
Let's hope that happens.
I don't have my phone.
I love that you're thinking like, but a horse zebra hybrid is what? It just has slightly less stripes.
Yeah, so it's doesn't stick out like a sore thumb in North America. You know what I mean? A zebra would be useless out in the fucking. Maybe not. Maybe black and white works there too.
Probably works the same.
Yeah,
on
you're
a lot
right,
of
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, that's really.
But I'm just thinking like you're talking about two animals that are built the same. They just have
It
different.
doesn't mean that they can fuck and reproduce.
I
though.
understand that, but I'm just saying for all intents and whatever.
Well,
I
no,
freak out when I see
it's
an
because
alpaca.
Joe was talking about wild zebras.
Yeah.
One would have to get over the fence. Unless multiple zebras got out, they would have to. I'm thinking of
Fornicate
a
with another
population.
animal.
You know.
Yeah.
Listen, this is Bigfoot talk. Like,
Of course, they both have the parts.
well, yeah, and if Bigfoot, like, I'm talking way back,
If Bigfoot fucked a zebra, that'd be amazing.
No.
He'd be like, Bigfoot just got out of jail.
not a zebra.
Bigfoot fucked
I was
a
going to say
zebra.
a human. Like, if they raided native camps, let's say, and stole babies or women or whatever, you know, and that's how you end up with different. Because they say there are like 5 different types of Bigfoot.
Okay.
And one of them, a lot of people say, looks similar sometimes to like bone structure of Native Americans and Canadians. You know, it's just an interesting thing.
Joe stated
It's not fucking horses, but still
I'm
interesting.
interested what you think about this, Simon. Joe stated there's been 50 billion people to
That
this
have
point.
ever walked the earth. Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
Or is it?
I mean, I'm sure it's a lot more than that, though.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
you think from when they started thinking they kept records and
Yeah, and again, like I'll just go back to if you were, I'll just make somebody up here, Columbus, right? And you come over and you kill 1 billion people or whatever. When you write about it in history, that's going to be like 100,000. You know what I mean? You're never going to
And-
admit to
Yeah,
that
but I
kind
don't
of
think
genocide.
Yeah, but I don't. Again, we know that there are people that did write about the genocide properly, right?
I mean, hopefully, I don't know. There was so little that gets left over.
and how many people they know were born, right?
Well, again, it's an
how
estimate.
many people were killed?
You guys realize that, right?
Yeah, of course.
So when they're saying 54 billion,
So
it
it's
could be
higher,
off
it's
by
higher,
4.
It's higher.
Well,
we
okay.
agree.
I doubt it's that much higher.
And if we're wrong about this idea of like where civilization started, if there has actually been more runs through than that,
Sure.
then there would be
Again,
a lot more people,
I
right?
think-
You'd
yes,
be
they're talking
not
about-
even close.
This could be the third 50 billion.
Exactly. And the ones before could have got it up to a zillion or a Googleplex. Like, who knows? That's
Well, I doubt that, but sure.
if they had like a better society, they were like bonobos instead of like the chimps, because we're obviously war. But if they were just all about fucking all the time, who knows, man?
Huge populations.
Huge as
Huge.
The last thing they talked about, I thought it was interesting. She thought Russia was just cleaning up in Ukraine as opposed to some stories. How do you guys feel now, 2 months into this war? Less stress or more stress? I didn't care then. I don't care now.
I just still have no idea. I've watched things. I've tried to understand what was going on, and
I mean, it doesn't change. I don't want innocent people dying.
Never.
For like, just so powerful people can make power moves. I still feel that way about it. Do I know which side is like? No, I don't. Dude, I'm retarded.
but having
Do I know geopolitical stuff? No, I'm a fucking
anything like
moron.
this going on can't be good. We're better when there aren't countries at the brink of war.
Yeah, of course.
Although I'm sure that happens all the time and we just don't even know about it, right?
Well, especially when one of those countries controls all of the fertilizer in the world. It's a problem.
The president
That's
of
Russia?
That's correct.
All the fertilizer in
it's
the
like
world?
95%. Might as well be.
What do you mean fertilizer? Like dirt?
Well, no, there's a specific, what is
Potassium,
it? That's
nitrate, the one that blew up
in
Lebanon.
In Lebanon,
That's
yeah.
only available in Russia.
95% of the
There's
world's.
none of that in Canada
Yeah, we
at
have
all.
it. We have some.
Yeah, so you'll just start mining your own shit.
We are mining ours,
Oh, yeah.
but they have the most. It just be like Saudi Arabia. I don't know. That's actually. I always get into that. Our country's being mismanaged when someone's screwing up. But I felt there was way more. I feel like we were on the precipice of nuclear war, and now it's like, oh, it's another war that just drags on, and it's a real shame.
I mean, listen.
I mean, it sounds like
capitalism-
you're bummed that there isn't nuclear war.
Wow, aren't we always hoping to see the end of the world?
No.
No.
And
Live to see.
somebody said something the other day and I was like, oh my God, that's true. Lots of countries have nukes. There's only one that's ever used it.
Yeah, the U.S.
Yeah.
The bully.
Because, I mean,
Listen, we've said
think
this
about
before.
that, though.
I think there's only.
They-
I mean, listen. I would say every president, if they ran another country, would have been tried for war crimes. Every U.S. president in our lifetime. The amount of innocent people that they've killed.
It'd be amazing.
I don't know about every president. You think like Jimmy Carter was out there just starting wars?
He wasn't in my lifetime.
Oh, in your lifetime.
Yeah, no, I think he might be an exception.
And he might have been the tail end
but-
of your
but-
lifetime.
Sure, but okay, but I'm talking about
the
like
CIA,
in-
whatever the FBI does.
I'm talking about in my memory,
I understand what you're saying. I'm being facetious.
like Clinton, Bush, Obama.
guilty.
Yeah, it's been war after war after
It'd be
war.
hilarious if they bust Putin and he stands trial and spends time in jail. That's not gonna happen.
No, that's not going to happen.
And that's Jessica Kirson. It was interesting because she said
Something about her.
everything was blowing up, and then COVID happened. Like she felt this was her time and stuff. So I'm glad she got back on.
Well, and she sounded like she was getting into a dark place there for a while, eh? Like,
Because she
was saying all this stuff. Yeah, and she was like, and I thought she was talking years ago, and then she said, "My baby." I was like, "Oh fuck."
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, we spoke about that. Like
lot
some
of
people,
people, a lot
some
of
people did okay during the. Like some people were.
I'm not. I'm
No, I know
not
you're not.
on her. I legitimately thought she was talking about like 20 years ago.
Yes.
No, I think there. Listen, I think there were a lot of people. If you don't have, there are a lot of people that have no hobbies. They just work, and then maybe they have kids. You know what I mean? And when you get to a place where you're just like stuck at home, if you don't have something like, Simon, you have art, you have a family, you have kids, you have a lot to keep you fucking occupied. That if you get locked down, it's not the worst.
Especially New York comedians have been doing it 5 times a night for 15 years straight.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
Well, and I imagine too, like the comedian lifestyle, you spend a lot of time at the bars,
Of course, yeah,
hanging out,
yeah.
whatever. It
Dude,
must be different to have to go. But again, like you have kids, so that's now your life,
Yeah.
I don't know.
She could, and that's the last thing. She confirmed Pete Davidson has a huge dong, and he is the Forrest Gump.
Well, she's never seen Pete Davidson.
She said firsthand. Someone told me.
Well, okay. I mean, I believe it.
I've heard it.
But who cares what she says?
She's a lesbian.
doesn't
She
know
doesn't
anything.
care at all. That's a great endorsement.
But I was just gonna say, yeah, she'd be the one who would like, I don't even care about this.
If she had been like louied by him and she had like seen him there with his dick, and then we would be talking.
It'll be interesting to see how Pete Davidson ages. I mean, I hope he lives a long life, but if he's like a Dick Van Dyke, that old.
Just with a huge dick, is this?
I think all tall guys have huge dicks. Like, if you watch a basketball game, I think the majority.
You think it's just all just horse dicks
It's just
swinging around out there?
It's
Proportions, baby.
proportions.
Well, I always said it would be funny if Shaq, like even if Shaq had an 8-inch dick, it wouldn't be right. You know what I mean? Like,
It would look out of proportion.
yeah, it would look small. Like, because again, you put an 8-inch dick on most people, and they'd be like, "This is incredible. Look at me go." But you put it on Shaq, and you're like, "That's all you got? Come on, man."
I saw a stat on Shaq, just speaking of this the other day. He's hit, like, in his career, 12,000 baskets, let's say.
Yeah.
1 3-pointer.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, you're forgetting that big men shooting threes is a very recent.
It still just seems like you'd hit a couple. You know what I mean?
He was never out there.
Well, he
the
was
pick and
for
roll.
that one.
I
Maybe
mean,
it was 0. I don't even know.
He is one of the best. I know what you're saying. He's one of the top 5 basketball players of all time, and in his career, he hit 1 3.
And do yourself a favor and watch a compilation of his free throws.
Oh no, he knows. Yeah, for a long time, he was an awful free throw
my
shooter.
God.
Like
Like
a 30%.
Big guys
Like a
throwing-
Charles Barkley golfing
Oh yeah,
disaster.
he was.
It's like they're trying to put a golf ball.
It doesn't even it's true.
But it's so weird when you think about it, because you're like, hold on, what are you making a year?
They're playing Pong.
I have no time to
beer
practice.
pong.
I have no time to practice.
No, but it's like, what are you making a year? You can't hit a shot from 6 feet. You're a basketball player.
Yeah.
Like,
And imagine how many times Shaq must have been fouled.
this should be our next challenge.
Your Honor, I refer to Allen Iverson.
Free
Say,
throws?
How many
talk
free
about-
throws?
I'm in.
Yeah, how many
I'm
free
in.
throws do you think you could hit out of 20?
Are we talking about practice? That's easy and doable.
Well, I definitely think I could do better than Shaq. I think I could do better than 1 in 12,000.
Are we
I'm
talking about,
willing to put my money out there on that
Are
one.
we talking about practice?
Well, no, we'll do 3-pointers as well, but we'll do free throws because, yeah, it'd be interesting because we're here talking shit.
You just get 20 throws and how many you sink?
Yeah, 20
I
free
say
throws?
9.
So you think you'd be slightly less than 50% from free throw?
Which
And you,
is better
Simon?
than Shaq.
I mean, I think I'll do better than 50%.
So you think you'd shoot better than 50% from free throws? Okay.
Yeah.
Can we?
20, I think I hit at least 10.
Now here's the question: Can
I
we?
thought that, then I was like, no, I wouldn't.
Can we jump?
Can you jump? Like you want to jump from the free throw line? No, they're free throws.
Yeah, that's what. Well, in the basketball,
No,
they
you-
don't jump.
you-
That's
yeah,
what I'm saying.
They're free
Yeah,
throws.
They
There's-
can jump.
They can.
As
I know.
long as you
I
don't
know,
they
no,
don't.
cross
no,
the
no.
line.
Where you're talking about a standing free
Standing
throw.
Yeah,
free
stand-
throw, no
so
jump.
you think you'd shoot better than 50% standing free throw?
I think so, yeah.
Wow.
No
Okay.
practice, just surprise.
No.
He's gonna jump at us.
Well, no, it's just like
couldn't
no,
practice field goal kicking?
Yeah, you couldn't practice the field goal, so we're gonna go out raw.
Just be ready. Any day, at any moment, you're going to get the call, and you got to drop 10 of 20.
Cold, go out and hit.
Well, no, listen.
50%?
Hold on. Listen.
I don't know. That's different.
Hold on. We'll
Right
go.
now,
Simon.
there's a one across the street.
Simon, we'd set everything up, and you could shoot around for like 10 minutes. We'll all shoot around for like 10 minutes. It's not going to be cold.
And no
Yeah.
jumping.
I think I could do better
Wow, so
than
Simon
50%.
thinks he could go better than 50%.
That was a
Okay.
decent basketball
That changes everything, when you can't jump.
Yeah, not jumping is big for me.
What do you mean? Like you're so close. Like it's not like you need the.
Yeah, I think you're further away than you believe.
Feels part of it. We're old.
Oh, okay. I mean, sure.
Rate it, boys.
I'm glad we have a new challenge.
I give it a 3.
I give it a 3.3.
Yeah, I give it 3.5.
How
like
many?
the best.
How many 3-pointers do you think you could hit?
Oh fuck! Like out of 20?
So what we do is, we'd give you 5 here,
Yeah,
5 here, right? Maybe we do 25 shots from 3, I guess.
I don't think I could get 50%.
5%.
Oh no, more than 5.
No,
I
I'm
bet.
talking about
I think
money.
yourself,
you think you
okay.
do
I'm
5
not a
out of
basketball
20?
player.
I mean, yeah, I have no idea. I don't even remember the last time I tried a 3-pointer.
5 out of
like-
20 is way
more than
than
5%. I think I
that's
see 1.
Oh, 1.
he says he's hit. Yeah.
2.
I think from
I mean,
3
I think I'll
point,
definitely
if I'm
get
getting
5.
if I'm getting 25 shots, I think I could hit 5.
I'll do better than Kamar. You just got to do better than yourself. I suck at basketball. I have no illusions. I think I could get a Hail Mary and get
See,
it.
Simon, this is good because this gives you an easy shot at 2-for-2 challenges. 'Cause now he says you're just competing against me, basically. Look at him stroking his beard.
You have no basketball skills?
I used to play a bit, but Simon thinks I'm 5'4", so
Simon thinks he's fucking Michael Jordan.
6'10".
Simon also didn't think he could kick a field goal. So let's see what happens
Hey,
there.
your money is where your
Fuck
mouth is, man.
faces.
I agree.
Wow, so aggressive. Okay, we are going to take a break. I don't even think we're paying a bill this week, but we'll be back.